Astro Command, please protect the show. Good morning, everybody. Yes, it's hard to believe, but Encounters is on this morning during the day. It's a little after 11 o'clock, a little after 9:11 a.m., not 11 o'clock. And I'm thinking about 11 p.m. It's now 9:11 a.m. Can't believe it. And we're on here this morning with a morning edition of Encounters. So we're going to be trying to do some morning editions here for people that have never seen the show. Good to see you, Rodrigo. Let's see here. Red Pill Diva. I know there'll be a lot of new people that are going to say, oh, there's a UFO show on here this morning on TikTok. And there is. We're usually on at 11 o'clock. If you're new to the show, our show is very popular. It's the #1 spiritual UFO show on social media. I'm a talk show host at WESU-FM, NPR Pacifica Radio for 21 years. I'm a contactee. And also, I work with what is called the Astro Command. I am part of that whole thing, and also a star seed that comes from Mars. So I'm also a person that came out of the closet galactically over many years ago when I was a kid, went back in the closet, came out of the cosmic closet about 21 years ago, and on the radio. So this is who I am, and like I said, I'm also a talk show host on radio at NPR Pacific Radio, WESU-FM, and the host of our show here late nights at 11 o'clock here on TikTok. Also, my YouTube channel, if you've missed any of our shows or never seen them before, you can go on my Astro Command Spaceship News channel on YouTube, and you can watch all the shows. I'm actually 2 shows behind now, and I'll be 3 when I get done with this, but I will have the last night's show and yesterday morning's show added to my YouTube channel within the next couple hours. Cosmic Closet, yeah. You like that, don't you? So, yeah, welcome to the show. What we like to do is share information. The show's about disclosure, about busting the matrix, and we'll even bust individual belief systems. A lot of times what we do is, if we see a belief system that's limited, we will go right in there and bust that person's belief system. I have no problem with that, so that's what I do here. We're all here for a reason on the planet, and a lot of people are just waking up to the fact that there's intelligent life beyond Earth, and that Earth is not the sole place of everything. It's just one of many, many planetary systems. So people are waking up, and that's a good thing to see. It's just really important that people understand many planetary systems. So people are waking up, and that's a good thing to see. It's just really important that people understand. Tons of people since 2023. Hey, Craigie Bridge, good to see you. And if you're new to this show, I can guarantee you, you're going to be addicted to Encounters. So welcome to the show. Welcome everybody coming in here. Please share and like. Definitely, if you're going to like the show, please press on the screen that we'll see on the top right corner the numbers going up, and they only go up if you tap the thing. So if you're liking the show, not to break your finger or anything, but do tap the screen. Julie, good morning. Good to have you with us. Travia, Love Dog, welcome to the show. Snacktown, welcome. Any input on the prep for contact? Thank you. Everything's still about 1.5 years away. Unless the command gives us any more information, they're very steadfast about it, about 1.5 years from now. And for people that are new, wondering what that means, and this is not channeled information, we don't have any of that here. But the information I will give you, because the question was asked about contact on Earth, we're looking at about 1.5 years on Earth, on the Earth timeline, hey Kit Kat, for contact. And the disclosure, believe it or not, it's not going to be coming from the Pentagon or Washington or England or anything. So let me see how many people are hep to what I'm talking about. So where's the disclosure going to come from in 1.5 years from now? Who wants to take a guess? I'm going to be testing. This is like a cosmic quiz. Where do you think disclosure is going to come from, people? In 1.5 years from now. Nope, not electronics. Interesting. Nope. Well, part of that's true. I think it's Sharon, Louise Sharon. Yes. You're actually right there, space. And who's going to make contact? This is a quiz. Yes. Sue's right. Craigie's right. How many people thought it was going to come from a government? Hey, Chesno. Good morning. Good to see you, brother. And, Corey, yes. How many people, before I asked that question, thought it was going to come from the Pentagon? How many people thought it was going to come from Washington or England or something? Anybody? Let me see here. Who told you it's coming from space? Jaguar. Good question. So the reason why we know it's coming from space is because we are connected with what is known as the Ashtar Command. And Jaguar, the Ashtar Command are what you would call the cosmic Christed beings of light from many planetary systems beyond Earth. They've been here for eons of time. And the reason why I know this is because it's not channeled. I didn't read it on the internet on a website or somebody posting a video. There's a group of 5 of us, and 2 of the 5 are in here now, Chesno and Kit Kat. And I might just bring them up. I think I will in just a few minutes. And then there is our main contact in Vermont, who's been for over a year been taken on a spaceship up in the northern part of Vermont near the Canadian border in the mountains, a rural area. And these are our space family, so to speak, on a galactic level, and also on a biological level. My friend April of Friends with Fairies 1111 and myself, and even Chesno and Kit Kat, we all have family members that are biologically cosmic people that are on a spaceship. Okay, that's how I know this. In less than a year and a half, and we don't know when that's going to happen, Chesno, myself, Kit Kat, which I'm going to bring them up here. Let me see here. I'm going to bring my friends Kit Kat up here and Chesno. I'm bringing you up here. Let me see. I'm going to try to bring you up here. Here we go. Kit Kat, you're going to have to press the guest icon. It says I can't do that. Let me see here. I'm going to try to bring up... I can bring up Chesno. Kit Kat, press the multi-guest option. We're going to bring you up too. And if Johnny comes in here this morning, we're going to bring him up as well. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Hey, Paranormal Ghostbuster, good to see you. So Jaguar, so essentially to answer your question, we know this is because we've all been communicating with each other and with our contact in Vermont, who's been on the ship over 44, 45, maybe 46 plus times. Huge spaceships of the what they call Ashtar Command ships, and that's how we know it. Stardust, welcome to the show. And we'll see if we can get Kit Kat up here. Kit Kat, are you out there? Just press the guest icon, Kit Kat, if you can. April's doing well. She's been going off planet a lot. I can't keep track. I can't even keep track. But I know they're busy doing a lot of very important stuff, and we'll find out about it when she comes back. Usually she's gone for about an hour and a half off planet. So we'll see what's going on. Melinda, welcome to the show. Dark Video, welcome. Lisa Pritchard, thanks for the share. And we need to set our goals here. Always important to do that. So what we do here is we provide you with information that you're not going to get anywhere else. We basically, can you see my message? I see, hello Commander, can you see my message? the Divinity Hive piece. Diana Aston, welcome to the show. Laura's Jewelry, hey, that's a good name. Gail Reed, welcome to our show Encounters. And we're glad to have everybody here on our morning show. This is our big shows on night usually. And I do see Robert Ramos. Welcome, Robert. Thank you for the follow. Julia. All the new people. I'm in Australia for 1 week. Oh, good. Nate, thanks for joining, Nate. Joel. See, Cousin Jod, I think it is. Cousin Jod. EA Street King, welcome to Encounters. New people coming in here. This is Encounters, usually the late night spiritual UFO talk show, nightly on TikTok, the most popular UFO talk show on social media. And also now we're trying to do some morning shows here. Mark Allen, welcome. Voodoo Karma, welcome to the show. Pioneer Grace, Joel Hag, Gallo, welcome Gallo. Wes Brooks, Ryan Earl too. Lenny, good to have you with us, Lenny. Babs, Liquid Flame, Vanessa Beltran, Lisa, and Supper Dave. I think it's Robert Ramos came back in. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show. You're watching Encounters. I can go on and on reading people's names. Just to let you know that I do see you and I acknowledge all of you coming in here. Waves of the ocean. You're scared of what? Waves of the ocean. What are you scared of? Florida Cracker, welcome. What are you scared of, waves of the ocean? We need to address that, whatever that might be. Why 1.5 years? What 1.5? Because Red Pill Diva, they know why. That's their decision. The timeline originally for contact was 2027, and now they moved it down to the end, going into the end of 2025 into 2026. They moved the timeline up. Hey, Mercury Man, good to see you, brother. Lady Wolf. So they moved the timeline up. Before that, it was 2027, 2028. So it's even better than it was before. Now, we have no control over this. The space people know what they're doing. They see everything that's going on the planet and in our whole solar system. So they're very aware of things, and I'm pretty confident whatever decisions they make in terms of the contact time period, they will be making the right decisions. We just have to be patient. Human beings tend not to be patient, but we need to be patient. Waves of the Ocean says it was watching us and has appeared a few times, solid in appearance, but a lot of bad luck after. What was watching you there, Ocean? Hey, Catherine, good to see you. What was watching you? Can you tell me? Marinette, grand rising to you, sister. Brian, welcome to the show. Sherry Jean, thank you for the follow. So, Wave of the Ocean, I'm interested in what you're talking about. What, who, and what? It was a being, very tall, cloaked, so I couldn't... Okay, we need to bring you up here. Okay, Wave of the Ocean, if you can change your setting, you'll have to go out and come back in. Hey, Taz, good to see you, man. If you change your setting, I'll bring you up here. I think we need to do some work. So if a negative being is cloaked and pulling some garbage on you, I want to help you out here. Okay? So you're going to need to change your setting from private to public. You'll have to go off and change the setting on your thing. Hey, Taz, thanks for the heart, man. We appreciate it. Thank you. I'm really concerned with waves in the ocean, what's going on with her. She says it's a being very tall, cloaked, so she couldn't see its features. It's probably, hey Julie, thank you for the cap. It's probably one of the negative ETs, waves of the ocean. But if I can get you up here, we'll take care of the situation. And when people watch my show and are not familiar with what I mean by that, over 8 months ago, I was activated with the ability to send Ashtar ships all around the world with space people that can help people. And I've been doing that for, over 8 months. So if you don't believe it or think it's possible, you watch this show and watch what we're going to do right now. Once I get Waves of the Ocean in here, I guarantee you we're going to get rid of those negative ETs and this being that is causing problems for her. I can't come back in as Irene. Yeah, but if you change the setting on Waves in the Ocean, I can probably bring you up maybe. I'll get you up here. You just have to change it. You're locked in as a private thing, so nobody can follow you. You got to switch it. Lady Wolf, go ahead. I see you have a few questions about the black. Can you explain what you mean? Oh, Irene. Oh, hi. It's okay. It's Waves. Okay, Waves. I'm going to bring you up here. Oh, you have another account. Let me see if I can bring you up here. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. I can hear you. I was reading your story, and that concerns me. So you talked about a cloaked being that's tall, right?
Yeah. Me and my husband go hiking a lot, would be hiking in the woods, and then all of a sudden there's this very tall being, and it's completely cloaked where you can't see any of its features at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I did a double take, expecting it not to be there the second time I looked, but it was there, plain as day, and my husband saw it also. And it just took a step into the woods completely silently without making a sound, and it just disappeared without any of the trees moving, without any of the bushes moving. And after that, we lost our child.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that.
And there's just been a lot of bad luck. Like everything he lost his job.
Oh my God.
All of our cars keep breaking. Like, it just seems like a lot of bad stuff has happened. And we saw him. I'm calling it him because it seemed like a male being.
A male figure? A male being, yeah. I'm getting that it is definitely it's a negative ET that was doing this to you. And I want to help you. I feel a need to help you. If you let me, you've watched my show before, you know what happens here at night at times. So I'd like to do is help you. This is going to be interesting. What I want to do for you is we're going to go after that being. The command will find that being. And we're also going to clear all the negative energy that they put on you. And it's going to be a big deal. So this is going to be, I'm in the cosmic fighting mode, so to speak. I'm going to switch to my Astro Command mode. And if you're ready, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in and breathe out about 3 or 4 times until you feel relaxed. Is this location where you are, where you're supposed to be being around your property, near your property?
No, actually, I moved to North Carolina, and this was in Long Island.
Oh, Long Island, this happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Where you are now, is it still happening?
The bad luck is still happening.
Okay. Well, we also have to go after the being that did that to you. So there's 2 things going on here. So I want you to keep your eyes closed. I'm going to ask the Ashtar Command, where in Long Island was this?
It was in Massapequa and also in the San Souci Woods in Suffolk County.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things. We're going to send 1 spaceship to that area. We're going to have them scan the area they'll be cloaked and find out if there's a portal or something that this negative ET came through. I want the command to check that out and try to find out who this being was and take care of the situation and quarantine this being, which they can do. On your end here, we're going to do some energy work with you with the command. We're going to send 10 of our space people on the ground level. Where are you now? Whereabouts are you now generally?
I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay. So what we're going to do is send 10 space people in a minute. We're going to have a ship over your location about 20,000 feet, a cloaked over your location. And I really am genuinely sorry for what happened to your family. So we're going to do this thing. And for people not used to my show or just tuning in, I'm not your normal talk show host. I'm a contactee. I come from Mars originally. I'm fully activated from my Christ cosmic consciousness, and I am part of the Astro Command. But on Starseed, you say Starseed, I was born here, but I'm activated, so to speak. And the person that's, I'm going to take this other person out. I just took somebody out of my audience. If you're coming here to my show, understand as host of the show, if I see anybody trolling the show or starting to go the other way, I'm gonna block you. So beware.
Okay,
I will do that.
there's no milk here. Do you want me to ride all the way to?
No,
To
it's
the store?
okay. It's okay. No,
They have coffee made. Do you want that?
no, yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Okay,
Sorry,
so we're
I
gonna
had
get
a
you.
quick phone call.
No problem. We're gonna get you refocused now. Keep your eyes closed. I'm gonna send 10 of the Astrogram people into your home. They're gonna also, some of them are gonna check all the energy in each of the rooms around the house. They'll scan below the surface of the house and around the area. Two of them, two women are going to come up to you. They're space people, are 7 to 8 feet tall. These are beautiful men and women, and they are Christed beings of the command. They also have families on their own planets, as we do on our planet. So, but they can assist you in many ways. So they're going to work with your consciousness, and then on anything that the being did when you were living on Long Island to your physical self, they're going to take out anything that was put into you that you can't, physically see as a physical object that affected your consciousness to cause the problems that you've been having. So I want you to be still.
Okay.
Alexa, hold on, my Alexa app is not doing what it's supposed to do. Alexa, let me see here. I think it's on. Alexa, let me just reconnect this thing for a minute. Alexa, let me just do this. All right. Well, she's not on. Well, anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, she's coming on. Anyway, what I want to do is have the two women work with you. They've heard what your situation is, what happened. One of them will be working on the neck area. The other one's going to work on your consciousness, which is from the forehead, and then work on the top of your head. And when just relax. When you feel them touching you, let me know. Just relax. Let go of your thoughts. Let go of everything. Just let go. For the two women, please let Irene know that you're there to help her. One of the space women, please, you can proceed with the neck area, and the other one, please deal with the forehead area so she knows you're there. Relax. Let go. It's okay to let go now. Please tell me if you feel anything
I'm
when it
feeling, I'm feeling warmth on my forehead
Yes?
and a warmth, like a relaxing warmth in the front of my body, like by my
Yes.
heart.
Yes. Yes, she's working on you right now. They've automatically started. The other one's going to be working. She hasn't started yet, but it's going to be the neck area. For some reason, the neck area is important of the human being. The other one, please start working on the neck area. You should feel that in a minute or so or less. I'm linked up telepathically with the space people, so well, so they can hear what I'm doing. So. What they're going to do is clear out all the negative energy that was thrown on you by that being in Long Island, and also your husband and your family, of course, what happened. They're clearing out all the energy, whatever that being did to cause the problems, it's going to be reversed. Whatever that being, that ET being put on you and your husband and your family is going to be stopped and reversed.
Thank you so much. It's been so many things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think this is the biggest thing I've had to deal with a person on my show of this situation. I've never heard of this before, but evidently we're going to take care of the situation. I'm working within that Christ consciousness, within the Astral Command. So I'm working in a very, very high state of consciousness at the moment on my show with you, and we're going to make sure you never have this problem again.
It was definitely ET.
Yes, very negative ET, by the way. I don't know where the negative ET was, but they were definitely able to come in and out of the dimension. They were definitely advanced enough to go in and out of the dimension when you were living on Long Island. And yeah, they definitely were able to be physical, but they were definitely they were what you call on the opposite spectrum. They were very negative.
Yeah, it
And
seemed like they walked right out of a portal, right into a portal to disappear.
Yeah, they can come in and out of a portal. But they'll be caught. They're going to be caught and dealt with. They'll be caught and dealt with. What's going to be happening on your end of it now, once the command is going to stay with you for a few days, they're going to work also on your husband, just to let him know that they'll be working on him when he's more like not thinking. Maybe in this, most likely with your husband, will work on him when he's sleeping. He won't even know it. But your husband's very active-minded, so they're going to have to wait till he sleeps.
Yeah.
Your husband has a very active mind, correct?
Yes, he does.
I know that.
Been having a lot of we've both gone through so many health issues ever since these experiences.
Mm-hmm. Well, the command is going to help you and your husband. But most importantly, the command is also working, the other ones that are on the property, they're working to reverse any vestiges of negative attachments from the Long Island situation that have been plaguing you since you left that area. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm feeling a lot of warmth in my body. It feels like I'm being cloaked in a nice, warm in the best way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a healing. They're healing your body. It was a devastating time for you. The Astro Command people, the medical people are healing your body right now.
Thank you.
It's a psychological healing, and it's a physical healing. Because you are a beautiful person. You're a beautiful being of light. Can you come up on the screen? Can you turn your camera on?
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Hi.
There you are. There's that beautiful being of light. You see? And I am truly sorry for what happened to you.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me. I feel it in my forehead and coming all the way down into my heart chakra and into my solar plexus.
I can't predict the future, but for some reason, I'm being told once this is all done, you'll be able to have a child. I've never told that to anybody before. I don't even know why I'm saying it.
I don't have the energy to do anything.
Yes.
It's like all the energy's been sucked out of me and I can barely do
Yes.
anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be a brand new day, sister, because they love you.
I'm feeling a lot of release, like a lot of release. So I'm just letting myself cry.
That's a good thing. Let it out. Let yourself be emotional. Let yourself cry. You know, the two women that are working with you from the command that you can't see, they have a great respect and love for you. They really do. And I see,
On my forehead.
yes. But I don't know why they're telling me this. When this is done, and whatever this thing was that the being did to you, you will not have bad luck anymore. It was really terrible what that ET did to your family, and it will not be allowed anymore. Never. Ever.
I'm reading the comments. Thank you so much, everyone.
I don't know what.
Go ahead.
No, I can't predict this. I don't like to predict things like this, but they're saying in the future you'll be able to have a child. I know I don't like to say things like this because if it doesn't happen, then it has to come back to me. Commander, you said this, but I'm just getting the strongest feeling once this is completed, you'll be able to have a healthy child.
I'm actually terrified to even get pregnant because of how traumatic the experience was.
Yes. Well, they're gonna work on your consciousness to have you forget the experience. Once you're healed, you don't have to remember the experience the way it was. You can look at the future and the beauty of who you are and your husband, and look at the beauty of where you're going to be in this time and space. You know, you're gonna have so many beautiful things happen to you. No more of this negative ET stuff that was put on you by this being. It's just not acceptable. It really isn't. And you shine so brightly, which probably attracted this being when you were on Long Island, but you didn't know how to stop it. They go after people that have that pure light, that don't know that they have the power to stop the negative. But now you're going to learn how to do that. You'll never have to have that happen to you again. Ever.
Thank you. I don't feel the being behind me. I just feel the forehead, and
yeah,
it
that's
is
all right.
a nice, beautiful energy, though.
Yeah, the other one behind you is working on you. She's not touching. She doesn't even have to touch your neck to work on you. I mean, she could. I'm going to have her do something. Could the woman behind you touch her forehead? Let her know. She's going to work on some energy on the top head. If you can let her know just touch her forehead as you keep your eyes closed. In a moment, you'll feel a warmth of energy coming on the far of your upper part of your head, so to speak.
I think I feel it already.
Yeah, she's very close to touching your forehead, not forehead, I keep saying that. She's touching the top of your head. She's going to work on the energy level in your brain, and she's going to clear out any vestiges of anything that was purposely put in your thoughts to be kept there by this negative ET. That's going to be taken out of your physical body, so to speak, of your head. She's doing that right now, actually.
Yeah, when I closed my eyes, I saw a wave of energy.
The other space people have been working diligently at your home. They're making sure there's no way for any negative ET or ETs to come into your environment and affect your family life and the area which you are in North Carolina. So we're gifting you with there's going to be a shield put around your body and your husband's body. It'll be an invisible shield. The other ETs that can do that are coming in, the other two. And they're going to put an invisible shield around your physical body. You'll feel it in just a moment. This shield will protect you always and your husband always, and you'll never ever have any negative ETs trying to come into your energy field. Ever. Again. You will feel the energy, the shield, what we call a shield, for lack of a better term. It is an invisible shield that is unseen, but it is a very powerful shield of light, and it will be very much protecting you always in your life from here on in. The same thing with your husband, even though he's not there. They'll be working with him tonight when he goes to sleep.
How do you know he's not here?
I don't think he's here. I mean, here, right in the room with you.
Yeah, he went out for a little bit.
Yeah. But they're, I knew he wasn't here because he asked you questions before he left earlier.
Yeah.
But he'll be definitely worked with like we're working with you. They're going to make sure he's cleared, his body is cleared, his consciousness is cleared, and then when he goes to sleep, they're going to work very beautifully with him. And the shield will be for both of you. The biggest shield will be, we've done this with other people on my show, they're putting a shield, an etheric shield over your home. Then there'll be no way for any lower vibrational ETs to come near your home. And then wherever you go, because you will have this shield over your body, so to speak, you will keep away any negative ETs from coming into your physical environment.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Because it's really a rough time.
I can see it, and I can see it in your emotions. I can see how you feel looking at your eyes. I can look into your eyes and see everything, and I can see what you went through. And you're going to have now a very different experience in your life, and you should be having a very beautiful experience in your life, and you should never have to have these experiences again with the negative ETs, ever again.
I'm starting to feel it in the back of my head now, in the back of my crown area.
Mm-hmm. And for folks watching my show, if this is too much for some people to handle, understand this is what I do. On my show sometimes I do help people. I'm committed to helping people, and I am the real deal. What can I else tell you? This is what I do. I want you to repeat after me these words, which I do with everybody that I help, and this will seal the light, so to speak. I want you to say to yourself, and say to yourself out loud, I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic, Christic being of light.
I will never, ever be affected by negative ETs in my life ever again.
I will never ever be affected by negative ETs again, ever in my life again.
I am now free of what happened in the past.
I
And
am
I am now, go ahead.
free of everything that happened in the past.
And I'm looking forward to a beautiful future now and forever.
And I am looking forward to a beautiful future now and forever.
All right. And you will have a beautiful future because you deserve to have one. Your husband and you deserve to have a beautiful future on this planet. And our Astro Command people, even though when they leave, they will check on you every once in a while. They will come and visit you. They've told me they're going to come and visit you every periodically throughout the year and throughout future years. They're going to make sure you're okay.
It's funny that you say that I deserve it, because there's a part of me that feels like I don't deserve anything.
You deserve everything. You deserve, you're getting me emotional here. You deserve everything.
Sorry.
That's okay. You were told you didn't deserve anything, probably by the thought form of that negative ET that was attacking you. But you deserve everything. I want you to understand that you deserve everything. Will you do that? Let go of that other part of you that feels you don't deserve anything. You deserve everything.
I've been trying. It's like a self-worth issue. I've been trying to work on it.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to work on it. Just accept it. Look directly at me in the camera. I want you to say, I deserve everything.
I deserve everything.
I will lack nothing.
I will lack nothing.
And I totally lack nothing.
And I totally lack nothing.
And I love myself.
And I love myself.
And I am pure light.
And I am pure light.
And I deserve everything, and I will have everything I deserve.
And I deserve everything, and I will have everything I deserve.
Okay? Do you believe that now? Look at me. You too. You do deserve everything.
No, I still don't believe it.
You need to let yourself let go of that belief system because of what happened to you. It really did harm you. I want the command people, the two women, to work on her mind, to shift her consciousness so that she doesn't feel that she doesn't deserve anything. I want you to shift that consciousness on her before you leave. I want you to get her to understand that she is a beautiful soul and that she deserves everything in life and that she is loved. The people out here watching the show, they love you. They care about you. They really do.
Thank you.
And if you look at the comments, they all love you. My audience loves you.
Everyone.
So if they love you, can you say to yourself, I really deserve everything with all the love you're getting here, a pouring out of love? You deserve everything. These are your friends. You might never see them physically, but they love you.
There's so much energy. I need some water.
Okay, yes, get some water. Yeah, obviously get some water. So people watching the show, this is Encounters. I'm usually on at 11 o'clock at night. This is some of the stuff I do in my show. I'm not just a regular UFO talk show host. I help people. Because I am a contactee, I have a few things going with me here. I'm activated to help people. I bring people on that have had these situations. I bring people on that are having beautiful things happen, merc people. We talked about Bigfoot. We talked about the fairies. We talked about a lot of stuff. But we help people, you know. I really, truly am doing the mission work I'm here to do, not just to talk about, this or disclosure, but there are times when I have to help people. and I do. And now right now I'm operating as your talk show host, but I'm operating in an Ashtar Command consciousness right now. Everyone's telling me they love you. Everybody in my audience, all over the world.
Thank you.
You've made a lot of friends here today, Irene. You're not alone. You and your husband, you're not alone. And we're always here for you. Like I said, the Ashtar Command's not going to leave and never come back. They're going to check on you. They'll know when you need to. When they'll know, they now know your consciousness. They will know when to come back. They will know when to come to your home in North Carolina. And if you ever need help, they will be there, right there for you. Always.
Thank you. I feel this whole warmth around my entire body and feel all this energy coming into me. It's a lot to process.
And take your time. It's not going to be in one day. And you're not like, it's not a race to the finish line here. This is all new. You're releasing a lot of years of emotion, things that would happen when you couldn't have a child, what was done to you negatively and to you and your husband. All that's going to shift. You know, I'm not a magician, folks. I'm just helping her with the Ashtar Command, which is what I do with people. And your lives are going to be much more positive. You're going to have beautiful things occur in your life. I know that.
My husband deserves it. He is such a kind person. And I know he's gone through so much too, and this has been really hard for him as well.
Well, they're going to work on him because his consciousness, he needs to be worked on the same way you're being worked on. So they're going to do that when he's sleeping. They said to me, when he's sleeping, that's the best time for them to work on him because he's not thinking of anything. They can go in and clear all the stuff and all the garbage that was done. It was done to both of you at that time. And it's going to be stopped. They're going to find that ET that did this, whatever group he came from. They'll find him. They're looking for him now. I won't have to know what happened. All I know is the Ashtar Command will find this being, and they will be quarantined and dealt with.
Do you know what type of species he was?
All I know is that he was able to shift from this dimension to whatever dimension he came from. I don't know what planet he came from, but they've been involved with some of the other negative ETs for millions of years, doing things on Earth that are not kosher, so to speak. They've been doing things that have been trying to cause chaos on the planet and also interfere with human lives, just like your lives were dealt with. But they'll be dealt with.
I feel like I have like a power to like heal other people, and it's kind of taken away from my ability to help other people. Like, I feel like that's my purpose, is to help other people.
Well, what the command's going to do when they're done doing this, please make sure that she regains her ability to help heal people. Now that you mentioned it, they're going to help you be able to do that. Once this is all completed, you'll be able to go back to healing, doing your healing work. Okay? Because I can see it in your expression. You are a healer. You're a beautiful being of light. And what that being did was try to stop you from being who you are. And that will not be allowed. Plus it's against universal law what they were doing to you and your husband. Against total universal law. It was totally against everything. Okay. Well, I said my love to you. I want to thank you for being here with us. And, keep watching the show. If you ever need to come up and share in the future how things are going, as things transpire, take your time. There's no rush. I'm not asking you to rush to the interstate highway and get on the road. Just take your time with it. Okay. It's all going to be good. And we're here for you.
Thank you so much. This means the world to me.
Well, you mean the world to everybody.
And thank you to everyone else in the chat. I'm reading your messages and sending you all love back. I'm overwhelmed by how much love everyone's sending me.
It's the second time on my show that I got emotional with somebody, And you almost have me, in tears almost. We love you. The command loves you, and they will be with you always.
Thank you.
All right?
All right, you're doing a wonderful thing. Like, you really are. Thank you.
You're most blessed. All right, Irene, we're going to let you down gently here. Let's do this here. Let's see. Okay. You're watching Encounters. It's 10:01 in the morning. And that is I've never had to deal with something like that so much. I'm still emotionally, wow. That was a lot. You know, in truth, yes, I do, Paige, on my YouTube channel. You know, in truth, the only thing is to be love and get my act together a little bit here as your host. The only thing to do is to be love, you know? And when negative ETs do things to people like that, I can't sit back and let it happen, because where I come from, there isn't any of this stuff. Before I came to planet Earth, there's none of this stuff happening, you know? No one should be. She lost her baby when they lived on Long Island because of this being. They lost a lot. But now they're going to have help, because the Ashtar Command is going to help them, you know? And from a perspective of where I come from, the only thing I know is love. That's the only thing I know. I'm committed on this show to helping people when I need to. I'm committed to disclosure and breaking the matrix. And I'm committed to seeing our planet be in a place of peace, love, and light into a whole new dispensation of energy, which we're going to. And I'm very committed to contact on Earth. I'm very committed for that day to happen, so that everybody can be reunited with our star family. Death, they don't give me daily tasks so much as I get downloads. Like I said, 8 months ago, I was downloaded the ability to send spaceships to help people. The ships don't help people. It's the beings, the space people, that help people when they come off the ships onto, and all my shows are documented. So all these things I've done with people is totally documented on my YouTube channel. Not all my shows do I do this, but it depends on the individual interview that I do with the person. When I interview people, depending if they've been abducted or had these things happen, once I hear the story, then I go into activation mode and I will help those people. But it depends on the situation. Then I have people that are having beautiful contact experiences where I don't do anything. They say they're being directly contacted, and they have physical contact with space people that are beautiful. So yeah, great question. Irene, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful soul, and I am so thankful for you. I am. Illegal alien, how do I personally communicate daily? Telepathically, through telepathy. When I'm working during the day, I kind of turn off the ability of doing that, because I have to focus on Earth-based people. But most times when I'm not at work, I communicate telepathically. How can I have Astro Command help my son? They have been interrupting his thoughts, steering his mind. CmdrAleon, I think it is. When you say they have been, are you mentioning, can you tell us who they are? If you come on tonight, Darlene, I'll be on at 11 o'clock with my regular show, I maybe might be able to help. Can you explain to me who they are? Oops. I thought, okay, I caught up here. Are you okay? Spiritual messenger, how you doing? Laugh, they are us. So we all have space family. And I'm going to kind of define what that means for people in the UFO community. You have space family, which are the galactic family, which is a general terminology. Then you have a biological cosmic family. So if you don't know that you have a biological cosmic family in this community, or that we call the UFO community, for lack of a better terminology, you do. You just don't remember it. You eventually will when you get to the point of awakening consciousness. Certain people here are totally there. Their consciousness is fully awake. You're having contact with your space family right now. I'm sure some of you out of the 159 have stories to tell. You've had contact already over the years, probably since you were a kid. Maybe some of you are just having contact now since 2022 or 23 or 24. Who knows? Then there are other people that are having no contact. They're saying, how do I have contact? It all happens in time. No one's going to have contact at the same time as your neighbor. I think it's just basically when you wake up, something's going to wake you up consciously, and you're going to have that contact. It's just the way it is. And I think we can do one more interview before tonight. If anyone has a story to tell. Actually, I'm just meditating for a moment, thinking about this, what I just said about having another person up here. It takes a lot of work when I do what I do. Hey, Double Dog Run System, we're doing well there. Good to see you. I might wait till tonight and take a break, because just working with one person is a lot of work, you know? Texas True, welcome to our show. This is, for those that are new to the show, welcome. This is called Encounters. We're on usually at night on TikTok. You might have saw my video I posted early this morning about the TV program. We're on at night at 11 o'clock usually. That's our big show. And we're trying to do some morning shows. That's true, Lady Wolf. Irene is an amazing person. I don't know what MTG is. Can you define what MTG is? User 222. Been seeing them out front of my window for a few months now. Elizabeth Rogers. Interesting, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, we're going to follow you. And if you're on tonight, Elizabeth, we'll do some interviews here. We'll be on after 11. Lynette, good to see you. Welcome. I'm doing well, Johnny. It just was a really emotional experience with Irene. But I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. I'm concerned about you, Johnny, too. I hope you're doing good. You know? Oh, Major Taylor Green. How come I don't know who that is? I must be out of the loop on that. Major Taylor Green. TJ, welcome to the show. Penny, welcome to the program. We're going to be out of here in about 5 minutes. Andrew says the fabric of space and time has risen and waves from tour work with Irene. Very good, Johnny. Oh, she's a congressional woman. Okay. So is she a disclosure person? What's she about? Yeah, so we stay out of We don't get into politics on encounters. There's plenty of that on TikTok. We stay away from that. We're totally non-political here. But if she is one of the people for disclosure, that's good. But as I said before, disclosure is not going to come from Washington or England. It's going to come from above. Total disclosure is going to come from the space people, not from Congress. But if that one person is about disclosure, good for them. If they're fighting for it, that's good. But real disclosure, again, like I said, is going to come from above. Okay, what about lasers? 222 says lasers. I'm not sure what that means. TikToker, good to see you. Sheila Ames, welcome. So what's going on our planet is very interesting now because, like I said, we've had all this talk about disclosure, and there really hasn't been any disclosure. These hearings that they've had, I'm not sure what that's all about, but the hearings that we've had in Washington last year and with everything going on. Hi, Katrina, thank you for the gift. Jojo, did you see the craft of Brazil and ISBA? I have not seen the Brazilian thing. Well, no, there's a Brazilian spaceship I posted that looked diamond shaped, and that was a few days ago. And then the one that was in Miami, that was the same diamond shaped craft. Those two things I've seen, but what you're talking about, I have not seen. As a matter of fact, on my main page here on TikTok, you can see the two ships, one over Miami and the one over, I think it was in Brazil. I did post it, and it's on my main page where all my videos are of spaceship sightings. Hey, Joey, good to see you. Are my comments being shadow banned? Just curious. I think they are, Legal Alien. Every time I see one of your comments. I described my first contact experience as kind of like being teacher's pet, except the teacher is God. I did see that comment. Dimples, grand rising to you, Dimples. Let's see here. UFO BB, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Brad Cooney, it's the first time I've seen you pop in here. So TikTok's kind of weird. It's been actually not showing me everybody's comments. So Brad Cooney, what's your question? And we'll try to answer it. Let's see if it shows up. Matter of fact, Sue Gardner 98, it's all drone illusion. What's all drone illusion, Susan? I'm going to go back to Brad. I'm going to bring Brad up for a minute. Brad, I didn't get your question, so we're going to bring you up here. Sometimes what TikTok's been doing now is they'll blank out a comment so I don't see it. And this way I can at least get your question. You'll be my last person on here this morning. Hey, Brad, welcome to Encounters.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I figured this would be a better way. I've had this happen with people where the comments are not being seen and I don't see them. So I appreciate you coming up here. What was your question?
Yeah, man. So I'm a podcast host. I've interviewed Travis Walton in the past and also Calvin down in Mississippi before he passed away. I'm very, very interested in this topic. Also, I'm a former operations specialist in the United States Navy. So I actually tracked some of these UAPs on the air radar on the USS Truett. So it's a fast
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm definitely firmly believe that we are definitely visited and have been for a long, long time. This is back in the 80s when I used to track them. on the air radar. Plus, we had 2 confirmed visuals with me to look out too, which was also which was also logged in the deck logs on the bridge. The executive officer was on the starboard bridge wing and also seen some very interesting crafts in the sky. My question is to you: is what are the intentions of these visitors for humanity? Will they treat us okay? What is their reason for being here?
Okay, great question. So I will put it this way. All the networks, all the cable channels with Discovery, Travel, and History, there's some good documentaries that you'll find on there, but a lot of what's been projected is negativity. When we think about, and even at UFO conferences, the problem I see there from the inception is it's always about negative-looking beings that are ready to abduct people and eat them up. Let's face it, that's the culture we live in. That's what's been projected on the subject of ufology for years. There's another thing happening that is different, and it's also in the Hollywood movies, things like Alien with Sigourney Weaver. Those are projected images of negative ETs destroying humanity. There's many films that like that, that have War of the Worlds, all these different things that are in our culture mentally that affect people. I knew growing up in the 60s, that's a lot of what was on TV, right? So the positive beings, which are human like us, they've been here for billions of years. They've come to Earth before we were even here. There are actual civilizations living in our oceans that are very advanced, but the surface world doesn't know about it. The UFO community, maybe some people are aware of it, but there are actual other things going on our planet, including the Agartha network. If people study the inner Earth, Admiral Byrd, all these different things, those are what we call the positive beings. And then off planet, you have civilizations that live in total peace, that are human, that are not abducting anybody. They live in what I call a cosmic Christed level of consciousness, unrelated to religion. It's called a Christ consciousness because they live in an energy, a frequency where everything is about love. They don't have shopping malls, they don't have bombs, they don't blow up their cities. They live in a whole different way than we do on Earth. So when the contact happens, and my friend April, who is a dear friend of mine in Vermont, near the Canadian border, she's documented over 44, 45, maybe now 46. She goes off planet with what we call the Ashtar Command. Have you heard of them, Brian, Brad?
Only through your TikTok.
Okay. Well, they do exist, and they are real, and they're not a figment of somebody's imagination. And they are physically about 7-8 feet tall, and she has her biological family off planet is on the spaceship. I have biological family, which I kind of growing up felt I had my Earth-based mother and father. They no longer live. They're gone. I have a brother on Earth, and he's still alive. But we have biological cosmic parents that are off planet. Before we came to Earth, we all have what we call a space body. I know for some people that's hard to imagine, but those space bodies are in what I call stasis. And if people study that area, I've known about that for many years from my friend in California, who taught me a little bit about that, because she also came from off planet, and she's in her 70s. So there's a lot going on, and it takes time for people to switch their belief systems. We've been so ingrained with negative ETs and abductions, and that's mostly what you hear. And even on TikTok, you see images of negative ETs. People don't know that there are positive people that are beautiful, that look just like us, that are here to help us. So you're back to your question, are they good? Yes, they're totally good. They're here to help us get to where they are. And they're not going to do all the work for us. They're going to teach us how to be self-sufficient and have the ability to do different things, how people can be healed of diseases, how to have a planet that is pollution-free, and to live in a world of harmony. And we will be, at that point, when that happens, our planet will be part of a planetary system of peaceful worlds. So that's where we're going. You won't see it on UFO documentaries. You probably won't even see it at some of the best UFO conferences that I know exist in our country and in other countries, because they're not talking about that. They talk about the same thing, abductions, the sightings, nuts and bolts stuff. So I go beyond the nuts and bolts. I go into the spiritual aspects of the whole thing, and that there are space people that are good, that are here to assist us and help our humanity.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate you bringing me on, and I appreciate that answer, man.
No, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I brought you on, because sometimes TikTok, I've noticed that I can't see the person's question, and then they ask me, "Did you see my question?" And then I go back and I don't see anything. So that's when I bring people on, because I want to hear what the question was. So
Yeah,
I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you.
So.
I gave you a follow, man. I'll be back. I'll be tuned back in.
Yeah, we're usually on at 11 o'clock in the evening. I'm trying to do some morning shows, so I'm glad I came on this morning.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
You too, Brad. We're going to take you down here. We're coming to 10:21 a.m. on the East Coast here in New England. And you're watching Encounters. I'm also host of 21 Years of Radio on WESU FM, non-commercial, listen-supported NPR Pacific Radio every Sunday morning. So I'm very big in media. And hey, Nicole, good to see you. So I'm very big on media. I'm a starseed. I'm going to explain what that is. So I've defined starseed as you come from another planet. You have human parents. You're born here. Now, whether you choose your human parents, I have no idea. That I've never been able to answer. But you do have human parents. You have a brother or sister. Maybe you're a sole singular child. And basically, you wake up. If you wake up to realize that you're not just a human being, that you are from another planet, you are called a starseed. Okay? And because of that, once you realize you're a starseed, then you are waking up to the fact that, wait a minute, where did I come from? Some starseeds automatically remember where they come from, others do not. But that's okay. This is not like I said before, there's no race to the end of the finish line. Everybody will get where they need to be when they need to get there, right? Right. So that's what a starseed is. So I am one of those people. I work with the Ashtar Command. I am part of it. I have parents on board a ship. My mother off planet is named Luna. My father's named Robar. I have two sisters. One is named Tia. The other sister and my brother, I don't know the names of. They physically are real, and they're on a spaceship right now. My show is monitored on a control panel on their ship. They can watch the show from the ship. They have monitoring systems. So they can monitor my show at night. They can monitor me when I'm on live all the time. So there can be hundreds of thousands of people on the spaceship watching the show in space. You wouldn't know that, but if you can understand what I'm saying, that would be true. All right, it's getting to be 10:23. Originally, I was from Long Island back in the early 60s, and then we moved to New England before the 70s or around near the 70s. But I've been mostly in New England most of the time here. I've lived in all the New England states, except for Rhode Island, no. Massachusetts and Rhode Island, no. Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine for a while. All right, everybody, please follow each other. We appreciate all the likes, and we will see you tonight at 11 for our larger show, Encounters at Nighttime. Yes, we are in Connecticut. Johnny, take care. Everybody, little Leah. Little Leah, where's the ocean where you are? Are you the Pacific or the Atlantic? One Toyota, thank you. I'm just trying to think. San Diego? I think San Diego will be all right. My daughter and my wife were out there about a year ago. And as a matter of fact, off the coast of San Diego, there's a lot of military bases out there. But also in the depths of the oceans off the coast of San Diego in the Pacific, there's some space bases in the ocean. I think you'll be okay. All right, it's time for me to go, folks. We'll see you tonight. Everybody take care, be well. And always, as I always say, keep your eyes to the skies, because you never know what you're going to see. I'm CmdrAleon, the host of Encounters. This show will be posted on my YouTube channel, which is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. I've got to get the other two shows posted first. Within the next 24 hours, all the shows will be updated. All right, everybody, take care, be well. Thank you for the gifts. We'll see you tonight on another edition of Encounters.